Oh, John. Jazz, this is Mr. John Pringle. He's got an old connection with you already. His great-grandfather was a high-ranking officer of the East India Company.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is my fiancée, Jazz.
Jazz? Isn't that a kind of music? So when did Indians have such fancy names, Charlie?
Actually, it's short for
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Oh, then Jazz must be your attempt to be one of us. That's one smart girl you've got there, Charlie.
What
I
a
don't
dick.
blame her. She doesn't want to be known as coming from the land of snake charmers, right? Tell me, Jazz, do they still do the Indian rope trick in your country?
No, Mr. Pringle. And it's actually not just the land of snake charmers. Right, Charlie?
Yes, sir. It's not just a land of snake charmers. It's also a land of chicken tandoori and call centers.
Obviously.
You know India's not just all that, right?
Of course, my dear. India's not all that. Fortunately, Charlie doesn't know. But I do. Winston Churchill once said, if we ever left India, it would be run by the goons. And my God, it is.
If you just excuse me.
Certainly, my dear.
So is this attitude still kind of prevalent with the English?
For that guy, it was.
Like, I know.
For
That's,
the old guy.
क्योंकि मैं इंडियन हूँ लेकिन तुम्हें क्या हुआ तुम्हें क्यों बुरा लगा तुम तो ब्रिटिशर हो खैर छोड़ो तुम कहीं की भी रहने वाली हो रहोगी तो तुम इंडियन ही ना चलो
कहाँ?
that's the guy from the
उसके
toilet
परदादा
movie.
ने कोई और
I
इंडिया
think.
देखा है असल इंडिया की सैर करवाते हैं उसे
Mr. Pringle, he would like to tell you something about India.
Oh, really? I'm all ears.
नमस्ते सर मेरा नाम है अर्जुन सिंह 5000 साल पुरानी सभ्यता की वजह से हम हिंदुस्तानी सबको ऐसे ही झुके
Why is this part not in subtitles? Oh, okay. She's translating.
That God resides in the heart of every human being.
ऐसी सभ्यता जिसमें एक कैथलिक औरत प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी एक सिख के लिए छोड़ देती है और एक सिख प्रधानमंत्री पद की शपथ एक मुस्लिम राष्ट्रपति से लेता है उस देश की बागडोर संभालने के लिए जिसमें 80% लोग हिंदू हैं
These closed
We come
captions are
from a nation
hilarious.
where we allow a lady of Catholic origin to step aside for a Sikh to be sworn in as Prime Minister by a Muslim president to govern a nation of over 80% Hindus.
आपकी मातृभाषा अंग्रेजी पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा हमारे ही देश में घसी जाती है और आपको शायद ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि अंग्रेजी के ज्यादातर शब्द संस्कृत से लिए गए हैं संस्कृत का शब्द मात्र अंग्रेजी में मदर बना भ्रातृ बना ब्रदर ज्यामिति बनी ज्योमेट्री और त्रिकोणमिति बनी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री
It may also interest you to know that many of the origins of your words come from Sanskrit. For example, Matra becomes mother, Bhratra becomes brother, Geometry becomes geometry, Trigonometry becomes trigonometry.
आपको शायद ये बात दिलचस्प लगे कि हमारे यहाँ 21 भाषाओं में 5600 अखबार और 3500 मैगजीन छपती है जिनको पढ़ने वालों की संख्या 12 करोड़ है आपके देश के मुकाबले में कई ज्यादा है
We have 5,600 newspapers, 35,000 magazines in over 21 different languages with a combined readership of 120 million.
चांद तक पहुँच गए हम लेकिन अब भी आप लोगों को हम हिंदुस्तानियों के हाथ में सिर्फ सांप की बीन ही नजर आती है
We have reached the moon and back.
We're not laughing at the video.
Still feel
We'll
that
explain.
we've only reached as far as the Indian rope trick.
डॉक्टर्स इंजीनियर्स और साइंटिस्ट की गिनती में जनाब हम सिर्फ 2 मुल्कों से पीछे
We have the third largest pool in the world of doctors, engineers, and scientists.
ये थी दिमाग की बात अब करते हैं ताकत की बात दुनिया में
Maybe your grandfather didn't tell you that we have the third largest army in the world. And even then, I fold my hands in humility before you because we don't believe that we are above or beneath any individual.
कुछ और खूबियां भी है हमारे पास वो सब जानने के लिए मैं मनोज कुमार की पूर्व और पश्चिम की डीवीडी आपको भेज दूंगा इन्हें दे देना
And Namastey.
Okay, so we laughed in the video not because of what we thought what was funny on screen. It's for whatever reason we had the auto-generated subtitles on YouTube, and it was was making some pretty ridiculous statements that just weren't. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't translating. It was just like basically like trying to come up with what he was saying and match it, and it just there was.
And then also our audio died, so that's why there was a cut in the middle. But anyway, let's get to this video. I'm curious to know what the movie's about because like obviously we don't have any context, so I don't know like who the people are on the roof. I don't know if it's just if these white older gentlemen are just in one scene or they're actually a recurring theme. I don't know. But anyway,
I'm also wondering where in the movie this scene takes place because if it's at the end of the movie versus at the beginning of the movie, tonally, where does it go? Is that I feel like is that Katrina Kaif?
Yeah, it is. But what's interesting about this is it's not that. To me, I understand the significance of it in terms of like Indian, like showing that India is not this weak, snake charming country, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But what I took away from it is, as an American, this is stuff. These similar arguments, not arguments, but these similar nationalistic, defensive things have also been said in this country. With black people and Mexicans and whatever, et cetera, et cetera. My point is, it's universal. I feel like the takeaway to this is not necessarily to know that India has, 21 different languages and 35,000 newspapers, and which is all important stuff. But I feel like the takeaway is to just kind of accept other human beings, because you could have easily swapped out these characters with Mexicans interacting with old white people, and then just made the Mexicans say, Mexico's not just a fat country about X, Y, and Z. We have this, and this.
Well, this scene's definitely about the dominant, the rulers over the common people or over another. It's about colonialism more than anything. It's about invaders forcing their culture on you and their ways of thinking and making you feel inferior to them and having someone come up and say, no, that's not the case at all.
Which probably did not change. If this were real life, that old white guy would be like, yeah, so. Yeah. It wouldn't change his view.
But I asked earlier, is this still going on? Do people from England and Europe go to India and still have this arrogant superiority complex when they step foot on the land? Obviously they're still we just watched the AIB video about India resigns, and there's still
there's tension. There's
still
tension.
animosity and tension there, and obviously that's what happens when another country invades you for, a year is enough, but for hundreds of years, I could see how that
it has a lasting ramification.
Yeah.
You don't really know the effect. We still don't really know the effect of colonialism. I feel like we're still.
Well, I think it's happening all over the world.
I'm saying we're still living
through
through that, but we don't know the true effects of it yet until I feel like because now we can study ancient Rome, we can study all that stuff and what the impact of Republic has had on the world, but colonialism's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? We're still living through that in a sense. We're still colonizing places. We might not.
Not on the same term, we're using a different phrase for it, but it still exists in one form or another. I mean, the continent of Africa is completely torn apart because of colonialism. And then there's stuff there's proxy wars going on.
So it's still an ongoing thing, and it's sad. It's sad,
yeah.
And that kind of brings me back to what I was saying: is just treat your fellow human being with decency and respect until they don't deserve it. But even then, still just say, hey.
I mean, I think you always have to take the high road. That's always the best way to go about things, even if, me. I don't think I would have felt the need to go on a monologue to explain things to this guy. I would have just
let him be ignorant because he's an old man and
just walked away. He's just an asshole, and every day he wakes up, he knows that he's an asshole.
I mean, look at his teeth. He has terrible teeth. He has terrible hair.
See, all the English have terrible teeth, though, right? That's a common thing.
He has a terrible voice. I mean, if I sounded like this, okay.
His name is Pringle.
Pringle, which made me think of the
it's
chips.
Named after a potato chip.
Which I hope that's what it was. Yeah. I hope that they were like, you know what? What's the most white thing that we can do? Pringle. His friend had that Donald Trump hair that was just floating, it's just barely hanging on. in the background.
Well, then how do you like get engaged to someone and then like let them talk to your future wife that way as well? Like that dude was all
The other guy, it's just total submissive.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he just let some other random Indian guy,
Yeah.
well, assuming random, obviously we don't know. Basically,
Well, no, he was random because he
well, based on this thumbnail,
well, he
I'm
like
seeing right
pulls
now,
her to the side though, and he's like talks.
You're
to
always
her.
gonna be Indian.
Yeah.
Which is true. I mean, that's true because it's something that we go through too. Maybe not as much, but we will never be non-brown. You know, even though Gian's Puerto Rican, I'm Mexican, we're still brown. And I know people in the comments said, no, you guys aren't. Indians are brown. Someone said that, and I thought it was hilarious. But you know, when you're looking in the face of the oppressor, we're all the same. We're all colored. That's what I always say that.
And you know, every country breaks down ethnicities a little different. And here in the United States, you know, brown has been coined as a term by Latinos. So whenever someone says brown here in the States, they're directly referring to Latinos, even if you're not like, obviously I'm not brown.
Yeah, it's just any Guatemalans, Puerto Ricans, Brazilians,
anyone from Latin
Mexicans.
America, anyone from Central America on down
Yeah.
is considered brown per se, because even if you're fair skinned or you have European bloodlines, because you came from that,
Unless you're Spanish.
unless you're from Spain, where you're from Europe, that's different. But if you come from south of the border, you'll never be considered, you know.
You'll never really be considered American, to be honest with you.
I mean, you'll never be considered American either. Like, it doesn't, like, that's the one thing. Like, if I'm from Germany and my kids are born here,
American.
they're
Boom.
American. Boom. Any European country, if you come here and your children are born here, your children will always be considered American. Us, however, Daniel's fourth generation, right? Fourth or fifth? Third generation? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. More than one. Our family's been here for a while.
His family doesn't speak Spanish. The customs, they don't really celebrate too many Mexican customs per se, but he's always going to be a beaner to every.
For lack of a better word.
To every
it's true.
American out there, he's a beaner. His last name's still Trujillo, you know.
And even if it was Smith, it wouldn't matter because look at me.
Because
This is not a Smith color.
The follow up question is where's your family from?
Yeah, from America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where are you from?
Yeah, where are you from?
From Southern California.
Why-
Yeah, I know, but where are you from?
Why is your last name Smith?
Yeah.
That would be the other thing. Why is your last name Smith? Oh, you know, my great grandfather came from England to Mexico or something like that. They don't care.
But anyway,
That's just another like into. But thanks for letting us.
should we watch this movie?
Yeah,
Because this is obviously not a trailer; it's a scene.
it's a 10-year-old movie.
Yeah, it seemed a little like I kind of hope it settles down and it's not like because that was clearly a message scene and I get it, but I would hope that it's not necessarily that for 90 plus minutes because I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. But let us know in the comments how it did. Let us know if you want to watch. Let us know if you want us to watch more of it, etc., etc.
Is it still a popular movie? You know, I mean, we've already watched older movies, so we have no problem watching this. But thanks for the recommendation. You know the drill. Smash that like, ring that bell, hit that subscribe button, leave us comments, let us know what you think. Check out some of these other reactions we have over here. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.